Hey, welcome to Crafting with Emily. I'm Emily. This is Tulip. My goal with this channel is always to create a safe and warm space. Everyone is welcome here, including cats. Today we are doing a WIP in chat. It's going to be a knit in chat today. Tulip is joining us. We are on my couch, of course, instead of at my table where I usually diamond paint. So essentially, I'm going to knit and I'm going to chat with you a little bit about what's been going on in my life for the last week or so. You can craft along with me if you would like. You can work on something else. You can just listen along. However you want to use this video in whatever way works for you. That's fine with me. whatever use you can get out of this is fine. So the craft that do you want to lay down? We were doing so good. I had to restart a couple. I always have to start the video a couple of times. So I had to. We were doing great, and then I had to start. I had to do my start a couple of times, and she's like, "What are you doing?" So this that I am working on is a baby blanket that I started for my niece, who this was supposed to be a gift for when she was born. She is going to be 1 in a few weeks, so I'm a little bit behind. It is a pretty simple like basket weave, like a stockinette basket weave, I think you can see. And it just has like a garter stitch border if you are familiar with knitting. So, cute little basket weave. I'm not sure how I got so behind. I don't think I've ever been this behind on a gift before. But I think it just got to a point where it got to the point, if you're familiar, if you do crocheting or knitting, I guess. I don't really crochet, but it got to the point where when you have to make the turn at the end of each row, it's like a little bit, it started to get to the size where it's a little awkward to do the turn every time. And then at the roughly the same time, I became obsessed with diamond painting. So I think it was just a perfect storm that occurred. So anyway, that's how I got so behind. I have been working on it in little bursts, but because of the turning issue, it's become a problem. I guess crocheters, you guys don't turn, right? You just go back and do you guys turn? I don't remember. I've crocheted a few tiny things, but I'm like not. Okay, sorry. Did I miss one? Is that good? I don't really remember the process, so I don't remember if you guys have to turn or not, turn your work or not. Anyway, welcome. This one's gonna be a little more casual. Usually I like take notes a little bit, and you can't see my notes because usually I'm diamond painting, and you're looking down at my table, so I can kind of keep them out of the way, and you don't really see that I'm cheating a little bit. I guess I'm not cheating, but it feels a little bit like I'm cheating. But this one's gonna be a little more casual. I hope everyone is doing okay. In my last WIP in chat, I mentioned like I think it was my last WIP in chat. I was like, if you're in America, like things are not going great. I think that's still the case, but like I hope you're doing as well as you can in the moment. It is fall. I hope you're getting some nice fall vibes, fall aesthetic. So part of the reason we're going in a more low-key, no notes direction today is that I live in South Carolina, and fall in South Carolina is just sort of hurricane season. And I've had a headache for like a week and a half now. So we're taking it easy. We're taking it a little easier. A little less pressure. It has been nicer, certainly cooler here. But there's something, I don't know if it's allergies or if it's like a weather pressure front or something. I don't know. One of my close friends is like very into the weather, and I've tried to like understand what's going on, and every time I'm like, oh, I think it's like this, and she's like, I think you mean this thing. I'm like, I give up, never mind. I don't know. Anyway, starting to get into a little bit of the fall. Felt like October is fair enough. Like September's a little early. Like it just feels like it's still so hot here. It's so humid. I feel like finally October can at least like start to feel the fall in the air. Tulip is already fall themed, right? We're a fall themed girly. Winnie is here. If you have joined me before and heard me talk about the cats, I have 2 cats. Winnie is in my room. Tulip has a rule that there's only one cat on the couch at a time. So even if he was in here, I don't think he would be allowed on the couch at the same time as her. But I gave him he has to take medicine twice a day, and I gave him his medication a little late today. So he's a little bit miffed at me, and so he is not in the living room with us. Usually he would be on the cat tree, so like still in the orbit, but he's a little annoyed with me right now, so he's on my bed instead. You know what? I'll stay in here. They're both so dramatic. So dramatic. So it is hurricane season, but we did miss like the huge hurricane that was supposed to come last week. Missed us, which is great. It got like pushed out into the ocean by another hurricane. Fascinating. Truly so fascinating. So that was like kind of miraculous. So hopefully it's like an uneventful hurricane season, because they're just so devastating. I recorded it's so different to like keep looking up and seeing my own face in the camera. In my phone. I tried to record last week. I tried to record a similar video that was gonna be like, I was gonna call it a low-key craft with me, where I was just gonna sort of sit here with Tulip and sort of quietly knit, and I was gonna maybe put some quiet music over the top of it and sort of minimal talking. And I thought that would be a great idea, and I think it was a good idea, and I'm gonna try it again. Are you familiar with, it's called body doubling? It's like the idea that if there's another person in the room with you also quietly working on a task, even if they're not working on the same thing you are, it's like helpful for you to like also do what you're doing. So I really like that idea, and I find that helpful for myself. And so anyway, for like a couple of reasons, I really liked the idea of this video, and I tried to do it myself. What I forgot about myself in this like trial run of a video is that if I'm not like actively talking and like interacting, like my resting face is sort of a scowl. And so, sorry, I thought you knew I was here. So I was like working on my knitting, and like my face would relax into like my concentrated face, which I can't do right now because I'm thinking about it, so I can't do it. And then I would catch myself in the phone, and I'd be like, oh. And then I would talk because I'm like, oh, and then, so then I would say something. So then I ended up with like this 25-minute long video that was like actually not quiet at all because I kept like seeing myself and being like, oh, I should like break up the fact that I'm just like glaring by like saying something. It was pretty funny. It was completely unsalvageable. It was so bad. The other thing is that, like, I know this about myself. I know that I have this face that I, like, concentrate with. I can't, like I said, I can't do it right now. Like, but it is pretty, like, it's not exactly, but it's, like, very, like, just, I do it in public, too. Like, walking around the store, like, trying to decide what I want. Just, like, and maybe I'm just like, because I am kind of cantankerous inside. Like, that is like a part of my personality. And I do think like things are run inefficiently a lot of the time. Like, I am kind of a grumpy person, cantankerous inside, and maybe I let it be on the outside too much or something. I don't know. Maybe my face has gotten stuck this way. I don't know how it happened. But it happens in public, and sometimes I'll forget that I'm, because like, unless I'm actively making my face not do it, I won't, like, we all know the term for this that I'm not going to use, but unless I'm actively not making my face, you know, like actively smiling, that my face is like, and I'll forget until someone looks at me like, what is your problem? And I'm like, oh, right. And then then you have to overcompensate and be like, sorry, like, and there's a smile, like, people know immediately, because then you like overcompensate and they're like, oh, it's just your face. And like, yeah, like, you have a whole conversation with someone without actually saying anything because they're like, what is your problem? You're like, this is just my face. You're like, oh, you just look like that. Yep. This is just how I look when I'm thinking. Sorry. Anyway, that whole video was unsalvageable, which is really saying something because I've gotten pretty aggressive with my editing. So for me to like look at that and be like, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do here. It's just gonna have to go in the trash. It was too much. So I'm still not sure what because I do think like an important part of what I want to channel on my channel is authenticity and sincerity, and I don't know how to I don't have a solution yet for like the fact that my thinking my awake thinking face is like it's not like a pleasant image to look at. I'm like, I don't know about this. Like, I liked the idea, but we're having some issues with the execution here. So, anyway, still working on that. But it's a fun concept. I like the idea. Like I've said several times now. Loved the idea. Loved that Tulip is joining us. Obviously, this is like a very chatty version of the same thing, but it was so fun. Over and over again, I'd be like, oh, that's my own face. I'm like, this is not gonna, I don't know about this one. Anyway, yeah. So, my week, it's been okay. My birthday was this week. That was the day the hurricane was supposed to come. And it didn't come. Very exciting. There's almost always been, the last few years, there's been a hurricane on my birthday. So, very exciting. No hurricane on my birthday this year. I did get to go to lunch with a friend on my birthday. That was great. And then my mom sent me a very sweet gift. And yesterday, I got lots of very sweet well wishes on my birthday. And then yesterday, I got to go to the zoo with a friend of mine. I have the local zoo is Riverbanks. I have a membership to Riverbanks. It's not very expensive. Like if you go like 3 times, it's something like, or is it even 3 times? It might be twice. It's something like if you go more than 3 times in a year, then it pays for itself or something like that. And I live like 12 minutes away from the zoo, so I have had a membership for several years, and with the membership you get a couple of guest passes. So my friend and I went to the zoo, and I used one of my guest passes for her. And they were doing Riverbanks also has a botanical garden connected to it. Are you leaving us too? She's taking a break. Riverbanks has a botanical garden connected to it, and they just set up, they call it what did they call it? The Sky Ride or something? So they used to have like, you'd walk across the bridge, and then a little like tram would take you up the hill to the botanical garden. And now they have this like sort of terrifying like Sky Ride gondola that takes you up there. Anyway, at the botanical garden they had a Lego exhibit, which was so cool. It was amazing. I'll put up a couple of pictures. I think I can do that. They're my pictures of the exhibits. They don't really do them justice. You should go see them. If there are Lego exhibits near you, you should go see them. They were so cool. So my favorite was between the two. I guess the butterfly was probably my favorite. It was enormous, but close second, there was like this giant mushroom with a snail peeking over. So cool. But they did like a life-size lawnmower, like a push lawnmower in Lego. It was very cool. So this morning when I was running errands, I was like, should I get myself some Legos? Like I kind of want to do Legos now. And I walked down the Lego aisle and I was like, you have so many like crafts and activities and things like lined up that you need to like, not need to, but like you have like so many activities, possibilities in your house right now. Like I don't think we need to spend money to add another one. So I skipped it, and then I got home and I have Ibotta. I don't know if any of you use Ibotta. It's just an app. Bless you, Tulip. Where you get money back for purchasing certain items. You like upload your receipt after, and they put money back on your like Ibotta account. I've probably spent more money because of Ibotta to like get money back on things, but I think it works out in the end. Anyway, I was uploading my receipts for my shopping, and there was a Lego coupon. Like I could have gotten like $7 back on some Lego set, and I was like, I should have checked while I was there. I should have gotten the Legos. Should have gotten the Legos. Should I become a Lego creator instead? I did the little Lego flower daffodils. I'm looking at them now. Yeah, so that's where we're at today. I did some errands and came home. It was sort of a rainy morning. We've transitioned into like somewhat of a sunny afternoon. So I did some errands, we've cleaned up. Now I'm hanging out with you guys. I did get to a point as I was finishing cleaning up. I was like, okay, like it's time to start, like, we gotta start wrapping up. I don't know if you like definitely start running out of steam, and it's like, okay, like we gotta like really put it in gear and wrap up, because we're about to just like hit a brick wall. So you gotta finish things that absolutely need to get done. I have been trying to like intentionally pick things that are easier. I say that after I like went and got groceries. I have several chronic illnesses, and like sometimes I really make things harder than they need to be. But I guess last weekend I was at Costco, and I'd already like put a bunch of things in my cart, and so I was at the end of the cleaning section, and I needed to get the like Clorox, the like toilet wand heads. I love those Clorox toilet wand things. And it's like $17 or something for this huge box of them. And it's like, you've already probably spent more money than you meant to. Do you really need these? Like, you have regular like toilet cleaner. Like, do we really need to do this? I'm like, it's $17. This makes your life so much easier. Put it in the cart. And it was such a relief. I also found like Swiffer heavy duty, the dry sheets. I'll have to put up a picture of those, I guess. I'm sure it's more clear what you... Maybe it sounds better than what I'm saying. Maybe it's more clear in your ears than to my ears. But like all regular Swiffers, this Swiffer was just here when I moved into this house. But I bought these heavy-duty Swiffer pads that are like fluffy, and they work so much better than the regular ones. And it's such a relief because these cats shed like crazy. Just like tiny things that make things easier. These are both cleaning examples, but you know what I mean. I feel like grocery pickup or delivery would be a good example. I am such a control freak that grocery pickup and delivery stress me out so much. It's like worth the physical stress and pain to go to the grocery store sometimes. I have done pickup and delivery before, and I will again. But you have to like balance it, because it's like, well, I know that this is gonna go so poorly that I'm gonna be so mad that I have to go to the store next week. So think people think that you can like be stoned and be like a grocery picker person. No. I'm begging you not to do that. I'm begging. We'll finish this row and then we'll be done. I'm trying to keep these a little shorter. The one time I had a grocery pickup or delivery order go well was the very last time. And it was a Kroger grocery pickup. And it was the one time that I was like, this was actually pretty good. I don't have anything to complain about. I don't think I have anything I can complain about here. I have ordered Kroger pickup many times, and it has almost always been wrong. I haven't finished any audiobooks since last time, but I have started watching, just last night I started watching The Haunting of Hill House. It's a series on Netflix. It's not new. It's from 2018, I think. It's a horror series. It's very good. I really like it. I would not have considered myself a horror fan, but I think I am. I think I am. It's really strange. Sometimes, I think when you're just sort of like just getting by, like just surviving, you sort of put yourself in a box and you're like, well, this is like my definition of myself at this moment. Or maybe people do this all the time. And I'm putting a definition on it that doesn't need to be. But, when you get a chance to like sort of break out of that little box, you can kind of like find new things about yourself. And I'm just like in an interesting little spot in my life where I can like find some new things about myself. So I think I'm a horror fan. I'm really enjoying this show. I got through like 3.5 episodes last night. I didn't mean to start the fourth one. And then I was like 25 minutes in. I was like, I have to stop. It's so good. I really love it. It's based on the Shirley Jackson short story, which I'm sure I've read. I definitely remember going through a Shirley Jackson phase at one point. So I'll have to read that again after I'm done with the show. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So there's something else I was gonna say. Is that right? Yeah. Like physically pretty tired, but still like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not like I'm having this like big recovery in my illnesses or anything like that. I've just like, for some reason, come into this window where I'm like, you know, like maybe I've like put myself in this strange little box and I can come out of it a little bit and sort of see some other things about myself. So anyway, that thing is apparently horror movies, horror shows. So, and it's not like, it hasn't been super, it's been pretty weird. I don't know how scary you would rate it. always afraid to be like, oh, I like this genre of things. I don't think anyone who watches these would do this to me, but I think like in general on the internet it can be scary to be like, oh, I like this, because then people are like, oh, really? Well, what about these things? You're like, never mind, I don't know. Anyway, tentatively, I think I am enjoying horror, so we'll see. It is spooky season, so that's only fair. You made some progress? It's so hard to tell, that's the other thing. When they get this big, you're like, I don't know, you can't see the progress as easily, and it's a little easier to get discouraged. Probably another reason we've hit a stopping point, but yeah, we made some good progress here today. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for listening to me chat. I hope you're having a good week. I hope that you get to create something. I hope that this was valuable to you in whatever way that you use it. And if I can help you in any way, please let me know. You can use the comments, or if you go to the channel itself, my email address for the channel is there as well. So thank you guys again for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.